So here's how you could play Thunderbird. If you want to skip it to your like specific play style, check the chapters, all right? They're in the description or they should be appearing, all right? So the first playstyle is for aggressive players. You can place the healing stations on site, and you as Thunderbird can play like super aggressive, right? And by aggressive, I mean like you peek everything and anything. You be just peeking everybody, and you are going for kills, right? And if you take damage, you can like quickly run back to site and heal up. But if you do this, make sure the spot you're playing aggressively at is near the site, so that if you die, your healing stations can still be like useful to your like teammates. Okay, because if you die, of course you're dead, but you still have your gadgets that can help out your teammates. So don't put the healing stations where you're actually playing aggressive at, unless you plan on like backing off. But if you don't want to back off, do not put them there, because if you die, the attackers can use them. All right. All right. So moving on to the next playstyle. This playstyle is similar to Jaeger pre-nerf, and the nerf that I'm talking about specifically is the nerf to his speed. All right. Jaeger used to be a 3 speed, now he's a 2 speed, so he's a bit slower. Because Thunderbird's healing stations are like a place if it get gadget like the ADSs, you could play akin to Jaeger. So for those of you who love Jaeger, I think you will really love this. All right. So as we all know, she has a truck of like an AR, and she's a 3 speed, so she's like Ash with no like hitbox, but on defense. So by the Jaeger play style pretty enough I'm talking about a soft roam or like a semi roam, however you want to like put it. But I wouldn't do a deep roam, all right? Unless you're doing it for like a flank. And by deep roam, I mean like how you play like Cav or like Vigil, how you go like far away from like the objective. That's a deep roam, right? By soft roam, I mean like for example in Clubhouse, if you go CCTV and cache, you might soft roam by staying inside of construction, bedroom, or under site, or in raptors. You know what I'm saying? Those little areas, right? That's what I mean by soft roam. And with this playstyle, you can also hold on to one of your hair stations. All right. Because when I was playing Thunderbird, I noticed I would only need 2 stations, right? And like the third one, I would either keep it army, or I would like stack it. And the reason why I would only use 2 of them is because you have to think of where you place the stations at, because the stations can be used by attackers. So if you lose an area that has a healing station on it, the attackers will get healed by it, and that's going to give them an advantage, and that's bad, obviously, right? So like there's only a certain amount of spots where you could actually put the healing stations that are always going to be useful, and I would find myself stacking them a lot, or either hoarding onto them, just hold out there. But if you want to stack it up or not, that's up to you. I just want you to know. All right. And for our last playstyle that you could do with Thunderbird is anchoring. All right. When you're anchoring, be sure you place the hill stations in power spots, right? Spots that if you lose, you're probably gonna like lose the objective, right? And another quick little tip. If you know the attackers are gonna like take a certain room or area that has a hill station in it, I would recommend shooting it, right? It really depends. Like if you know that you can hold it off, or like you're gonna like get the if you're gonna like get the room back, then maybe don't shoot it. But it's kind of finicky. I would say use your best judgment, but it is an option. And the reason why I say that is because the hill stations, them things do not discriminate. They don't care if you're blue, red, orange, whatever. It do not matter. They will heal anybody, attackers and defenders, uh, completely and indiscriminately. It will heal them. So that's why I said you might want to shoot it if you know the attackers are gonna take a run with the heal station in it. But again, that is up to you, and use your best judgment with that one, honestly. All right. Now here are some good healing spots, and these are some example spots inside of clubhouse, CCTV, and cache. Excuse me. These spots are just meant to be an example on where you could put these healing stations, and these are the reason behind it, right? These are guidelines. These are not meant to be one all and be all. Okay, so enjoy them. All right, and if you have your own spots, comment them down below. All right, so like some good spots for this site would be like right here, right? So this is what I call a power position, right? If you can maintain this spot, you can hold off people from construction very easily, right? So this is actually a really good spot to have like a cone in that. So like if you like quick peek and you get like lit up real bad, you could get healed easily, right? But this will overheal you. So if you don't like that, and if you only want to be healed when you need to be healed, you can actually push it back some, like to like about here, right? So moving it back here some, you can, it's gonna be out of your range, which is just barely out of your range, right? And you can kind of a quick peek and move back. And if you need some healing, move back, and then boom, you're good. But if you want to also increase your rate of being healed, you can also pick the healing station up and put it back down again. It might not be as practical, but you can still do it for sure, right? So yeah, that's one little spot. That is a power position. It has good cover, and if you hold this spot, you can hold down this angle and this angle. But I would definitely, but if you're gonna play this spot with Thunderbird, you definitely need to have a Jaeger right here, right here, somewhere over here, so that you don't get naded, because you will get naded into absolute oblivion. I promise that. The next spot you could put a heal station is actually on these raptors. I wouldn't put it right here. Well, at least I don't like to. I put it more like right here, but usually you would have like a rotate right here, right? And if they get the wall, you still want to be able to play in raptors. So you might want to like put the station like right about here, like right here, so that it can't get shot from this rotate if they do open up that wall, and so that it can't get shot from that doorway, so that you can be prone and you can just move back some a little bit and you good. So that's a good little spot. And the reason why this spot works is because of this a simple fact that this too is a power spot. If they take raptors, you are now at a big disadvantage, because usually there's a rotate going into sight, so they have an easy way inside of sight, right? So this is a power place, and you want to make sure you keep this. So I would say that raptors might be a do or die spot. You either die holding this spot, or you don't really retreat, if you get what I mean. You never want to really leave raptors to the attackers unless you have a plan for it, right? So that is where I would put the cone in there. And another spot is actually in red stairs. Now on red stairs, I'm a bit debatable. I'm a bit debatable. See, those spots, that spot and the spot by raptors is actually 100% foolproof, right? But this spot is a bit kind of iffy to me, you know what I'm saying? You could place a corner station right here, right? And you can have it here, but you gotta be watching these stairs, because if somebody crouch walk up these stairs, they're gonna get healed and they can easily kill you, and they're gonna be juiced up into oblivion, right? And the reason why I put it right there instead of like putting it right here is because, again, if the attackers take raptors or like the wall, they can easily quick peek this hill station and shoot it. That's why I put it right there, so that it's safe and in cover, right? But a downside is you will get healed when you don't need it. But it's either that or put the corner station in like a bad spot. So again, it's just the spot you could use. Alright, so another spot where you could put this corner station, right, is actually right here, or maybe right there, but I would say right here, right? So usually, so not usually, but some people put shields right here, and they would play off of this wall in case somebody got the wall. You could put a corner station right here, or you can move it back some right here, so that if you're playing this part, you don't really have to so that if you're playing the shield, if you want to choose when to get healed, you can like move back and get healed. Because if you place the corner station right here, right? Look at this. Watch this. Like, look. If you place it right there, you won't get healed because it cannot see you. So if you're playing off this shield, boom, quick peeking, boom, boom. and you like, all right, bro, I want to be healed. You move back some, boom, you juice stuff again. You can repeat it, you win, right? So that's a good little spot. This is actually, now that I really think about it, this is a really good spot if you want to play like super aggressive, right? So yeah, that's one spot. So these are I'm sure there are more spots you could put these corner stations at, but these are just like a general guideline spots, right? These are just like spots to where like these are kind of like a blueprint, right? These tell you good spots to place a corner station. I am sure all of you can find spots like this on all the sites, and other spots like this on other sites, and other spots like Raptors on other sites, right? Now, of course, some sites it might not be as easy as this, but you get my point. These are just general guidelines, right? So you could put a corner station inside of construction if you're gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. It's just that those spots I showed you are just for like anchoring and for like general corner spots, right? So yeah. All right, so that's all the healing spots. And if you like this guide on how to play Thunderbird, check out my guide on how to play Ivamai, and be sure to sub to my second channel, Do the Gaming, where I post a bit more casual and like funny gameplay. And by that I mean like Vanos or like Marley. But with that, I will catch you guys next time.